This segment is brought to you by Powerade. Pause for power with Powerade. Minute Maid. Real like you're at home. And Dasani. Connect mind and body.
Switching to the NBA now on the Sports Max Zone. Miami Heat registered their third consecutive win in 5 games without injured star Jimmy Butler, beating Trae Young and the Hawks at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta on Sunday. Here are the highlights.
The Miami Heat have won 2 games in a row heading into Sunday's contest against Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks, who have scored 100 or more in all 19 games this season. In fact, they've scored 100 or more in 40 straight dating back to last season. DeAndre Hunter pumping in a 3. That was an assist from Trae Young, who had a season-high 14 dimes. Then DeJounte Murray the steal and the lay-in. Atlanta by 7. Trae Young had 22 points but misses here. Onyeka Okongwu with the putback slam, once again filling in for Clint Capella, out with dental pain. It was 60-51 Atlanta at halftime, but Miami would outscore Atlanta 34-21 in the third. Not before John Collins gets a big slam, 23 points, a season-high 14 boards for him. Kyle Lowry giving Miami the lead, though, with a 10-2 spurt, capped off by that 3-ball. And then Bam Adebayo working his way inside. 16 in the third for Bam. Caleb Martin jab stepping and then knocking down a triple. Gave the Heat a double-digit lead, and then Tyler Hero, who had a modest triple-double in this one. One of those assists going up top to Bam, who after having 38 and 13 on Friday, had 32 and 8 on Sunday. Miami snaps a 7-game road losing streak by beating Atlanta 106-98. The Hawks have now lost 3 of their last 4.
Our NBA expert, Alister Albert, joins us now. Alister, welcome.
Good evening, guys. Thanks for having me as usual.
You're always welcome. Miami Heat started a bit shaky without Jimmy Buckets, but 3 wins in a row now. They seem to have understood the assignment and they stepped up.
Yeah, they've stepped up. Last 3 games doing really well. They're still. I think the thing we need to watch with Miami Heat is, of course, they're really missing Jimmy Butler. As we know, he's the star player of the team, the leader of this team. But what they've shown without him is that they can do it without him, and they do have enough to be a respectable team. Unfortunately, they're not really scoring very many points. They're only like 29th in the league right now in terms of points per game throughout the whole league. And it shows that they're missing his production. But they have guys in Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, even Caleb Martin, who's come in and coming off the bench previously and be very strong production-wise, and kind of giving them stuff in the stat sheets all around the board. And they do have a team, of course, well coached, one of the 15 greatest coaches of all time in Eric Spoelstra, guiding them and kind of getting them in the spots they need to. So they do have everything that they do have enough tools right now to kind of get them through this slog of this part of the season. So hopefully they'll kind of continue to tread water until Jimmy Butler comes back and be even better when he returns.
Yeah, and you mentioned Bam Adebayo. He had a total of 32 points, 8 rebounds. Do you get the sense that his game is improving game after game? And as well as I want to comment on how he was able to step up also as the leader in this team.
He has to be, and I think I was thinking about this before I came on, and I these Miami Heat need a lot more Bam Adebayo rather than Idris Femi Adebayo as his real name. His nickname kind of indicates what the team expect of him, and even Jordan Brand. He signed a sneaker deal with Jordan Brand last off season, and they're expecting that sort of explosion from him, and I think the team is missing that in terms of consistency. Whilst Jimmy Butler has been out, he's averaging 28 points and 10 rebounds in the last 3 games, the last 3 wins, and he needs to be that impact player for them. I think he's actually the X factor of that team, even with Jimmy Butler there. Bam Adebayo has the skill set, or has the size and skill set to be just as good, I think, as Giannis Antetokounmpo. And, he's not hitting that mark because we know how good Giannis is. And I think that's more of a factor of Bam Adebayo not asserting himself with the size that he has. I think he's been a lot more finesse Idris Adebayo rather than a lot more ruthless Bam Adebayo, as I think he needs to be. These last 3 games shown that he can do that, 28 points, 10 rebounds, being a lot more assertive, dunking on people, catching alley-oops, posting up and everything. And I think Eric Spoelstra probably needs to go through him a little more until Jimmy Butler comes back. And even when Jimmy comes back, feature him a lot more, because I think he's actually the X factor of this team.
Yeah, for sure. And in the 30 seconds that we have left, 20 seconds, my producer is saying, what went wrong for the Atlanta Hawks? Because their coach seems to not get it right against the Miami Heat. If we look at the last 9 games, the Heat has beaten the Hawks 8 out of 9 times.
Yeah, and they've been scoring 100 points per game all games of the season, like you said in the summary. I think it's probably just an off night. I think Deontay Murray and Trae Young have shown to be a really compelling backcourt together, and probably one of the best backcourts in the league. I think it's just more reps together, getting to learn each other as the season goes on. I think they'll be fine as the season goes on. But Nate McMillan needs to watch that a little bit and just kind of continue to encourage the guys to do what they're good at.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Alister, we want to thank you so much for your services. We look forward again to chat with you as the NBA continues to heat up.
Thank you. See you guys later.
Take care. Bye. Well, as we go to break, let's look at the other results from Sunday. Okay, so the Nets winning that one. Then we had the Warriors securing a win over the Timberwolves, a win for the Clippers. 76ers grabbing that win, Cavaliers beating the Pistons, another win for the Celtics, as well as the Grizzlies and the Bucks.
Was brought to you by Powerade. Pause for power with Powerade. Minute Maid. Real like you're at home. And Dasani. Connect mind and body.